What if the very carbohydrates you were taught to fear are the exact reason your body is holding on to fat? Not because you're weak, undisciplined, or doing something wrong, but because you were given incomplete information. This video reveals a counterintuitive truth about weight loss that challenges everything most people believe about carbs, slimming, and fat burning. If you've tried to lose weight fast, cut carbs, followed strict healthy meal plans, and still struggle to lose belly fat or eliminate abdominal fat, this content will change how you see your body. You'll understand why your metabolism may be working against you, and how specific carbohydrates can actually boost metabolism instead of slowing it down. By watching this video, you'll learn how to lose weight healthily, stabilize energy, reduce cravings, improve mental clarity, and activate continuous fat burning without extreme diets. This is not about restriction, it's about metabolic intelligence, real fitness support, and weight loss tips that finally make sense. For decades, carbohydrates have been blamed as the main villain behind weight gain, stubborn fat, and failed weight loss attempts. Entire fitness trends, diet plans, and so-called experts built their authority on one loud message: if you want slimming results, you must eliminate carbs. Yet, despite this widespread belief, obesity rates continued to rise, metabolic health declined, and millions of people found themselves stuck in an endless cycle of restriction, frustration, and rebound weight gain. The problem was never carbohydrates themselves. It was a misunderstanding of how the body actually burns fat. Most people trying to lose weight fast unknowingly sabotage their metabolism by removing foods that provide stability, hormonal balance, and sustained energy. When the body is deprived of the right fuel, it doesn't become leaner, it becomes defensive. Fat burning shuts down, stress hormones rise, cravings intensify, and the body shifts into survival mode. This is why so many individuals struggle to lose belly fat even while eating less and exercising more. Their metabolism is no longer optimized to release stored energy. True fat burning depends on metabolic consistency, not punishment. When your body feels safe, nourished, and predictable, it willingly lets go of excess fat. But when glucose spikes wildly, insulin surges, and energy crashes repeatedly, the body holds on to abdominal fat as protection. This is where the type of carbohydrate you eat becomes far more important than the amount. Not all carbs are created equal, and some play a powerful role in helping you lose weight healthily. Slow digesting carbohydrates act very differently from refined sugars and processed starches. Instead of causing sharp insulin spikes that block fat burning, they provide a steady release of glucose that keeps energy stable for hours. This stability allows the body to tap into stored fat without panic. As insulin remains balanced, fat-burning pathways remain active, making it easier to eliminate abdominal fat without constant hunger or mental exhaustion. Another overlooked factor is how carbohydrates influence mental health, resources, and emotional regulation. When blood sugar fluctuates aggressively, the brain interprets this as stress. Mood swings, anxiety, irritability, and emotional eating become common, undermining even the best healthy meal plans. But when glucose levels remain stable, the nervous system calms down, focus improves, cravings weaken, and decision-making becomes more intentional. This mental clarity is a crucial yet ignored component of sustainable weight loss. The gut also plays a central role in this process. Beneficial gut bacteria thrive on specific carbohydrates, rich in natural fibers. When fed properly, these bacteria produce compounds that communicate directly with your metabolism, improving insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation, and increasing satiety. This gut metabolism connection explains why some people experience dramatic slimming results simply by changing the quality of their carbs, not by eating less food. Metabolic flexibility is another key concept most diets fail to address. A healthy metabolism can switch effortlessly between burning glucose and burning fat. However, years of consuming ultra-processed foods and quick-burning carbs lock the body into sugar dependence. When glucose runs out, energy crashes, hunger spikes, and fat remains untouched. Introducing the right carbohydrates restores this flexibility, allowing the body to alternate fuel sources smoothly and maintain fat burning throughout the day. This is why many people who fear carbs wake up tired, crave sugar constantly, and feel stuck despite following strict fitness routines. Their bodies are unable to access stored fat efficiently. Once slow release, carbohydrates are introduced at the right time, energy becomes predictable, workouts improve, and fat loss accelerates naturally. This shift doesn't feel like dieting, it feels like alignment. Muscle preservation also depends on adequate carbohydrate intake. Extreme restriction forces the body to break down muscle tissue for energy, slowing metabolism even further. When muscles are fueled correctly, they remain active metabolic tissue that burns calories even at rest. This is why strategic carb intake supports long-term slimming and enhances overall fitness performance. Contrary to popular belief, eating the right carbohydrates can help you lose weight faster, precisely because they remove chaos from the metabolic system. Instead of fighting hunger all day, your body operates calmly, efficiently, and predictably. Fat burning becomes a background process rather than a daily battle. Over time, this leads to consistent progress, reduced abdominal fat, and improved confidence. Weight loss is not about eating less, it's about teaching your metabolism to work for you again. When you understand which carbohydrates support fat burning instead of blocking it, everything changes. Hunger becomes manageable, energy stabilizes, and the body finally releases what it no longer needs. This is the foundation for sustainable weight loss, better mental health resources, and a lifestyle that supports long-term health rather than short-term results. Once you understand that weight loss is not a battle of willpower, but a process of metabolic communication, the role of carbohydrates becomes much clearer. Your body is constantly responding to signals hormonal, neurological, and biochemical that determine whether it stores energy or releases it. The type of fuel you provide directly influences these signals. When you consume carbohydrates that digest slowly and predictably, your body receives a message of stability, and stability is the gateway to fat burning. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to lose belly fat is chronic metabolic stress. Years of dieting, skipping meals, cutting entire food groups, and chasing quick fixes teach the body that food is unreliable. In response, the metabolism becomes defensive, fat storage increases, energy drops, and cravings intensify. This is why many people feel exhausted even while following healthy meal plans. Their metabolism is operating in protection mode, not optimization mode. Slow digesting carbohydrates reverse this pattern by restoring trust between your body and its fuel source. Instead of triggering emergency responses, they allow glucose to enter the bloodstream gradually. This controlled release prevents insulin spikes that shut down fat burning. When insulin remains balanced, your body can access stored fat throughout the day, not just during exercise or fasting. This is a crucial shift for anyone trying to lose weight healthily. As insulin stabilizes, another important change occurs. Hunger hormones recalibrate. Sudden hunger attacks, intense cravings, and emotional eating episodes become less frequent. The brain no longer perceives hunger as a crisis. This is especially important for mental health resources because unstable blood sugar is strongly linked to anxiety, irritability, and loss of focus. When energy remains steady, mental clarity improves, making it easier to stay consistent with weight loss tips and fitness routines. The timing of carbohydrate intake also plays a critical role in metabolic efficiency. Consuming slow-release carbs earlier in the day, especially with your first substantial meal, sets the metabolic tone for the hours that follow. Instead of oscillating between highs and crashes, your energy curve smooths out. This allows your body to burn fat continuously while remaining alert, productive, and emotionally stable. Another powerful benefit of these carbohydrates is their impact on inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation interferes with insulin sensitivity and blocks fat burning at the cellular level. Many refined carbs and processed foods worsen this condition. In contrast, fiber-rich carbohydrates support gut health and reduce inflammatory signals. As inflammation decreases, metabolic pathways open, making slimming a natural consequence rather than a forced effort. The gut-brain axis plays a vital role here. A well-nourished gut produces neurotransmitters and signaling molecules that influence appetite, mood, and motivation. When gut bacteria are fed properly, they enhance satiety signals and reduce the desire for hyperpalatable foods. This explains why people who include the right carbs often report fewer cravings and a calmer relationship with food. Weight loss becomes less about control and more about cooperation. Fitness performance also improves when carbohydrate quality is prioritized. Muscles rely on glucose for efficient movement, strength, and endurance. Without adequate fuel, workouts feel harder, recovery slows, and motivation drops. This often leads people to abandon exercise altogether. Slow digesting carbs provide sustained energy that enhances performance without disrupting fat burning. This creates a positive feedback loop: better workouts, more muscle preservation, and a higher resting metabolic rate. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even when you're not moving. Preserving muscle is essential for long-term weight loss. Extreme carb restriction accelerates muscle breakdown, which slows metabolism and makes it harder to eliminate abdominal fat. When muscles receive steady fuel, they remain intact and functional, supporting both fitness goals and metabolic health. Another misunderstood aspect of weight loss is nighttime metabolism. Many people assume fat burning stops when they sleep, but this is not true. When blood sugar remains stable throughout the day, the body continues to use stored fat during rest. Slow-release carbohydrates help prevent late-night glucose crashes that trigger hunger, poor sleep, and nighttime snacking. As a result, fat burning can continue uninterrupted while the body recovers. This metabolic consistency is what allows some people to lose weight fast without feeling deprived. They are not forcing their bodies into submission. They are creating conditions where fat loss is the most efficient option. Over time, this approach leads to visible slimming, improved digestion, and a noticeable reduction in belly fat. Psychologically, this process is equally transformative. When energy is predictable and hunger is manageable, confidence grows. The constant mental noise around food quiets down. Instead of obsessing over calories, people begin to trust their internal signals again. This emotional stability strengthens adherence to healthy meal plans and reinforces positive habits. What makes this approach sustainable is that it aligns with human biology. The body evolved to thrive on consistent energy, not deprivation. When you provide the right carbohydrates in the right form, you remove metabolic chaos. Weight loss becomes a byproduct of balance rather than a punishment for eating. At this stage, many people realize that their previous struggles were not failures. They were misunderstandings. They weren't eating too much. They were fueling incorrectly. Once this realization settles in, motivation shifts from desperation to empowerment. Fat burning no longer feels elusive. It becomes reliable, steady, and deeply integrated into daily life. This is the turning point where weight loss stops feeling fragile. Instead of fearing food, you learn to use it strategically. Instead of chasing extreme methods to lose weight fast, you build a metabolic foundation that supports lasting results. And with that foundation in place, eliminating abdominal fat becomes not only possible, but sustainable. At this stage, the most important shift has already happened. You no longer see weight loss as a constant fight against your body. Instead, you understand that fat burning is the natural outcome of giving your metabolism what it has been missing for years: stability, predictability, and intelligent fuel. This perspective changes everything because it removes fear from food and replaces it with strategy. And when fear disappears, consistency finally becomes possible. One of the most underestimated elements of successful slimming is rhythm. Your metabolism operates on cycles influenced by hormones, digestion, sleep, and daily energy demands. When these rhythms are disrupted by chaotic eating patterns, processed foods, and quick-burning carbs, the body struggles to regulate hunger and fat storage. Introducing slow-digesting carbohydrates restores order to these cycles, allowing metabolic signals to synchronize instead of compete. This synchronization has a powerful effect on abdominal fat. Belly fat is particularly sensitive to stress hormones like cortisol, which rise sharply when blood sugar crashes or energy becomes unpredictable. By maintaining stable glucose levels, cortisol output decreases, signaling the body that it is safe to release stored fat. Over time, this creates the conditions needed to lose belly fat without extreme measures. Another critical benefit of this approach is its impact on sleep quality. Poor sleep disrupts appetite-regulating hormones, increases cravings, and slows fat burning. When carbohydrates are chosen wisely and consumed at appropriate times, nighttime glucose stability improves. This leads to deeper sleep, better recovery, and enhanced overnight fat metabolism. Many people notice that once their sleep improves, weight loss accelerates almost effortlessly. Consistency also strengthens emotional resilience. When the body is no longer reacting to energy emergencies, the mind follows. Emotional eating decreases, stress-driven cravings fade, and decision-making becomes clearer. This is why sustainable weight loss is deeply connected to mental health resources. A calm metabolism supports a calm nervous system, which in turn supports healthier choices throughout the day. Fitness becomes more enjoyable when energy is reliable. Instead of forcing workouts while feeling depleted, the body feels naturally motivated to move. Whether it's walking, resistance training, or structured exercise, performance improves when muscles receive steady fuel. This not only enhances fat burning during activity, but also increases calorie expenditure afterward, reinforcing long-term slimming. Importantly, this approach protects lean muscle mass. Muscle is one of the most powerful drivers of metabolism, and preserving it is essential for lasting results. Many people unknowingly sabotage their progress by following restrictive diets that cause muscle loss, slowing metabolism further. Strategic carbohydrate intake ensures muscles are fueled, preserved, and metabolically active, supporting continuous fat burning even at rest. As this metabolic alignment deepens, people often experience a renewed sense of control over their bodies. Hunger becomes predictable instead of aggressive. Meals become satisfying rather than anxiety-inducing. The urge to snack impulsively fades because energy needs are already met. This stability allows healthy meal plans to feel natural instead of restrictive. Over time, this creates a compounding effect. Stable energy leads to better focus. Better focus leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to visible progress, and visible progress reinforces motivation. This positive feedback loop is what allows some individuals to lose weight fast initially and then continue losing weight healthily without burnout or rebound. Another overlooked advantage is how this approach reshapes identity. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who is bad with food or lacks discipline, you begin to recognize that your previous struggles were rooted in biology, not character flaws. This realization removes shame from the process and replaces it with understanding. Confidence grows as results become predictable rather than accidental. Eliminating abdominal fat becomes a gradual but steady process rather than an all-or-nothing event. Clothes fit differently. Digestion feels smoother. Energy lasts from morning to night without reliance on stimulants. These subtle but consistent changes signal that the metabolism is functioning efficiently again. This is where weight loss stops being temporary. Instead of cycling through motivation and frustration, you operate from alignment. The body is no longer resisting change because it no longer feels threatened. Fat burning becomes a background process, quiet, continuous, and reliable. What makes this approach so powerful is its simplicity. It does not require extreme restriction, expensive supplements, or rigid rules. It relies on understanding how the body responds to different fuels and using that knowledge intentionally. When you work with your biology instead of against it, results become sustainable by default. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the transformation extends beyond physical appearance. Mood stabilizes, confidence increases. The relationship with food becomes neutral instead of emotional. Fitness feels supportive rather than exhausting. These changes reinforce each other, creating a lifestyle that naturally supports slimming and long-term health. The most profound realization for many people is that fat loss does not require suffering. When the metabolism is supported correctly, the body willingly releases excess weight. Hunger is no longer the enemy. Carbohydrates are no longer feared. Instead, food becomes a tool for stability, energy, and progress. This is the essence of intelligent weight loss, not chasing extremes, but building a system your body trusts. When you do that, losing weight stops being a constant concern and starts becoming a natural outcome of how you live. Fat burning continues quietly in the background. Abdominal fat gradually diminishes, and confidence grows with every consistent choice. In the end, the goal is not just to change how your body looks, but how it functions and how you feel inside it. When metabolism, mindset, and nutrition align, weight loss becomes sustainable, empowering, and deeply rooted in health. And that is the kind of transformation that lasts.
There's a natural solution to speed up your metabolism, control cravings, and support your weight loss journey naturally and effectively. Click the link in the first pinned comment to start transforming your body. If you want to truly transform your body and learn how to lose belly fat healthily, don't stop here. In the next video, I'll share practical strategies and little-known secrets to boost your metabolism and keep the weight off for good. Click now and discover how to take your weight loss to the next level.